Sins, a disease of humanity, killer of innocence. Often mistaken that sins goes unnoticed. No, it never goes unnoticed. This story is about death of innocence and holy justice. On a dead of night, a boy was born in filth, left to rot, but survived against his will. Fighting every day against one of his enemies, hunger, he chose to steal. Stealing throughout his teenage years, streets is where he shed his tears. Born in filth, they said, he will die in filth. Cursing his fate, the innocent orphan blamed himself for all his mistakes. Sickness grasped the boy on street. Sleeping away his sadness, he succumbed to death. With tears rolled off his eye, he took one last breath. Ocean hurled insane. The whole world mourned in pain. Echoes of wails shuddered the gods. Down came Karma himself to meet the boy at last. Karma offered his hand to help. No, said the boy, I refuse to leave. Is there no law to life? Why even should we believe? With a chuckle, Karma smiled. He pulled out a book with golden binds. Laws of universe etched in the book. No sin is ever overlooked. With awe, the boy listened. Magic changed the whole prism. Changing his avatar, Karma said. Let's begin. Early December 1999, a local newspaper and police in Lahore, Pakistan's second largest city, received a disturbing letter. The anonymous author claimed to have murdered 100 orphaned and runaway boys between the ages of 6 and 16. The writer confessed to luring the boys off the streets of Lahore to his home, violating and strangling them to death. He then dismembered the bodies and dissolved them in vats of hydrochloric and sulfuric acid to destroy evidence. Any remaining body parts that did not dissolve were discarded in a nearby river. The letter included directions to the killer's home, where authorities would supposedly find more evidence. The killer said he would soon drown himself in the Ravi River. When police arrived at the home on Ravi Road in Lahore's slums, they found blood-splattered walls and floors. There were also photographs of young boys throughout the home, along with note cards detailing their names, ages, descriptions, and exact death dates. A chain used to strangle victims was also found. In addition, officers discovered 2 large drums containing the partially decomposed remains of 3 boys immersed in acid. The killer had apparently left some bodies for authorities to find. Other items retrieved included clothing and shoes that distraught parents had to identify. 4 teenage accomplices who shared the home were arrested, but within days, one died in police custody, reportedly from injuries sustained jumping from a window, though authorities denied any involvement. The killer himself was nowhere to be found. Assuming he was alive, police searched the Ravi River but came up empty-handed. Pakistan's biggest manhunt ensued to find him before he could kill again. It was on December 30, 1999, nearly a month after the accomplice's arrest, the killer finally surrendered, not to police, but to the Daily Jaun newspaper. He brought a 32-page journal with detailed accounts and photos of his murders. He said he feared police would kill him if he went to them directly. When arrested, the killer expressed no remorse, only saying, I am Javed Iqbal, killer of 100 children. I hate this world. I am not ashamed of my actions, and I am ready to die. I have no regrets. I killed 100 children. Iqbal was born in 1956 in Lahore, the 6th of 8 children. According to his brother, he was spoiled and aggressive as a child, known for killing animals. Despite this, he excelled in school and later attended college, after which his father helped him start an engineering business. He employed many young boys, and his family knew of his attraction to minors, but hoped he could have a normal life. Though arranged, he agreed to marriage on the condition that he choose his wife. The elder sister of one victim. Throughout the years, his fixation grew. Despite multiple accusations of child abuse, his powerful father apparently protected him from prosecution. But in 1991, Iqbal was arrested for molesting 2 boys, leading his family to disown him. After inheriting a substantial fortune in 1993, the now late 30s, Eichel purchased a mansion where he continued preying on poor boys with promises of food and shelter. He also opened businesses like a video arcade to access more victims whom he would lure back to his home. This continued for years before he was eventually exposed. Local parents in Lahore soon prohibited their children from going to Jave's arcade after it was shut down. Jave then started other businesses with the aim of luring young boys, including an aquarium, gym, general store, and even. However, as soon as parents found out Jave owned these places, they stopped their kids from going. This did not deter Jave at all. He met boys through pen pal programs and children's magazines, striking up correspondence with teenagers. He convinced them to send him pictures of themselves and to send gifts to the ones he found attractive. He even arranged to meet some of them, finding more victims. In September 1998, Javed was badly beaten and robbed, sustaining a severe head injury that left him unconscious in the hospital for 22 days. Upon release, he was arrested and charged with sodomy as one of his employees, Arbab, had filed a complaint alleging sexual assault. Out on bail, Jave returned home to find his mansion, cars, and businesses sold off to pay his medical bills. Broke and homeless, he rented a house in the Lahore slums. He started abusing boys again, but this time he murdered them afterwards. He prowled the streets to find vulnerable boys among the thousands of runaways in the city looking for work. As the boys were mostly beggars and orphans, nobody noticed when they went. For those with families, the parents searched for their missing children alone, avoiding the police who had a poor reputation. Filing a complaint risked beatings, especially for poor families. Parents later said they tried to report missing children but were ignored. Jave took advantage, knowing the authorities were slow to act. Upon arrest, he boasted he could have easily killed more. He admitted luring boys with promises of food, jobs, and shelter before torturing and killing them almost nightly. He dissolved their remains in acid and poured the liquid into sewers or rivers. Jave confessed he had fantasized about murder since childhood but developed his plan in jail, wanting revenge against the mothers who cried for him after his own mother's death while he was imprisoned. He also cited police brutality as motivation. Months after his arrest, despite his open confession, Jave pled not guilty in court. He claimed police coerced his statement, and he falsely confessed to highlight the plight of street children in Pakistan. Other accounts contradicted his revenge motive, saying he had allies in the police force who protected him from complaints. Jave then blamed 20 friends for the murders, saying he confessed out of guilt for not saving the boys. Finally, he denied all crimes occurred. But the 32-page journal proved to be in Javed's handwriting with gory details of the murders. He was found guilty in March 2000. The judge sentenced him to the same fate as his victim's death by strangulation and dismemberment in acid in front of the parents. His lawyer appealed the inhumane punishment. 3 teen accomplices also received long sentences. However, in October 2001, Jave and his main accomplice Sajid were found dead by hanging in their cells, with injuries suggesting a violent struggle. Karma showed the boy the 14th hell. The most dreadful punishment awaits rulers who misuse their authority and adulterers in this place. It is an abominable river, brimming with human excreta, blood, hair, bones, nails, flesh, and all sorts of filthy substances. Additionally, it is inhabited by a multitude of horrifying creatures. Those condemned to this fate are relentlessly assaulted and torn apart by these beasts from every direction. The sinners are compelled to endure their sentence by consuming the repulsive contents of this river. We're stunned by horror and keen, the boy flabbergasted by what he has seen. Shook to his core, the boy stuttered, "I want to know more."